Hi, folks. Midnight here. Eric. Just thought I'd pop online and see if anyone's out there and, chat with you people. See what's going on. See if we can get some conversation going. Forgive me, I'm just making sure everything's good here. If you can hear me, let me know, please. Hey, Rabowski, how you doing? Yeah. So I'm assuming you can hear me properly? Excellent. Perfect. Thank you very much. Seems like you're the first one here. So, I guess what I'd like to ask is, what have you guys been thinking about the channel? Have you been enjoying it? You like what you've been seeing? Is there anything specific you'd like me to cover? Oh, we got a couple of visitors coming in. Hey, guys.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing, Father Aaron?
Pretty good, pretty good. Hello, B. Mikey.
Hello, sir.
I think I'm going to put on some earphones so I can hear you guys better.
That does help. That does help.
There we go.
Can you guys
now
hear
I
me?
can hear better. Yeah. Whoops. Hang on. Where'd that come from? Hang on. Got to turn off the music.
It's all good.
There. It's all good. All right. Hello, Light Moss. Light Main, excuse me. My eyes are going bad with time. So, as I was saying before, I was asking Rabowski if what he was thinking of the channel and if he was enjoying it, and if there's anything that that he would like to see me cover, or anything like that.
Light Moss, I like that. I'm going to start using Light Moss from now on. Hey, Light Moss. Hey, Rabowski. Beautiful stuff. I'm going to be painting while we talk. I've got a...
Hey, you're going to do a paint at the same time.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. I'll be off screen with it, but show you every once in a while. Why, yeah, you oughta...
Bang, zoom, to the moon, Alice, to the moon.
To the moon, right to the moon. Lightman and I go way back. We go way back. So we can abuse each other a certain amount.
Oh,
I like the short you put out recently there. Midnight?
Which one I put out two? Was it the one I put out last night or the one before that?
It must have been the one before. It was a truncation of the maybe it was last night. It was just
it was last night.
Clip
it was
from the
clip
episode.
of the I thought it was a clip worthy part, so I thought I'd cut it out and make it a short.
It worked.
Yeah, that was a good part. Yeah.
All right.
So, as I mentioned on the last episode, P. Mikey is the friend who's helping me put together a whole spreadsheet, character sheet for V&V to do all the calculations and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah. He's done yeoman service.
I'm adapting something somebody else started and just adding a lot more to it.
That's why I always think a lot of those calculations, and they're not like, rolling a hit and damage, that's fine. But, for some of the more intricate stuff, having some machinery behind it could really help.
Yeah, it can take a lot of the drudge work out of the character creation part. Mm-hmm. Not that character creation in V&V is very difficult. It's just,
no.
One thing that I like, not to toot my own horn, but one thing I like about it is the fact that basically instead of having to look up yourself, you roll when you're rolling for the powers in V&V, you roll a percentile, just plug the percentile in, and it's going to tell you what the power is.
Yeah, I
That's
noticed
good.
that you select which table you want it to come off of, roll the power, and it shows you
Bada
what the
bing.
result is. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I had a friend, a viewer, who made a spreadsheet of the War Machine from Beckme, because that's a lot of math. It's a lot of math. And so you just plug in, you answer some questions about your army, and then boom, there it is.
Well, those kind of tools are very helpful, I find.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if they could just come up with a decent
time savers.
Oh yeah, they're time savers by a long shot.
Yeah.
And now, well, with a visually intensive game like a superhero game, now all I need to do is come up with. Well, first he uses City of Heroes, an old video game, to design a lot of his characters, and then he runs them through an AI to polish them up, and they come out really nice. I found that I've been trying to get AI to produce original works that are decent, but it's hit or miss.
It can
hit
be.
or miss. Yeah. Well, it's like the thumbnail for the short tonight. It was I originally gave it a picture of one of my illustrations of Midnight, and it gave him a half mask. I've never drawn him with a half mask, but I went, looks okay to me.
Yeah, why not? It's a special uniform.
Like
yeah, exactly. Makes him look more like Batman, though.
Yeah, true. He was a little Batman-y.
Yeah,
that's all right. There are worse superheroes to emulate.
Yeah, a lot worse. But don't want to rain on anyone's parade and their favorite hero, But yeah, I'm like I'm very much I'm a lover of the good guy. The anti-hero I've never been very fond of. So guys like the Punisher or late stage Miller, Daredevil, got a little violent for me.
And yet your first character had Death Touch.
Yes, I know.
I don't like the violence.
But that was beyond my control. That was beyond my. It was a peaceful death. Boom, boom.
I like the violence when it helps me.
Yeah. Well, that character didn't stick around very long. I couldn't reconcile Death Touch and being a hero.
It's a bit out there.
Yeah.
So the boys, I think I told you, the boys have already played a game of V&V, as it were.
Oh, really? Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. They were at it, and they're in the kitchen at it a while back. I'd only caught bits of it because I was in and out, but they seem to be having a good time with it. That's cool.
Eric, you should forward him the spreadsheet then, so his
yeah, I will. I'll forward it to him.
Their character creation process.
Yeah.
The
Cool.
most recent version, please, not the one with the bugs, because I keep finding more bugs and fixing it.
Well, send me the latest version, and I'll I've got the last one you sent me. But if there's anything new, send it to me, and I'll.
They're not bugs; they're features you haven't figured out yet.
Oh, well, Lightmane.
No,
V&V
these are bugs. Trust me.
Yeah, V&V is short for Villains and Vigilantes. It's an old superhero role-playing game. Unfortunately, it's the second superhero role-playing game ever created. Missed it by that much. But yeah, it's old school. It's very it's not rules light, but it's not rules heavy either. It's a weird gray zone. So
yeah. I should tell you, Lightmane, Fleetwood has got the Amber books in his rotation. They're in his list. So I should say by the time the summer's over, he'll have read those. Do you guys know the Chronicles of Amber?
I know of them. I know bits and pieces of the storyline and stuff, but I've never actually read them.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Lightmane sent me a copy. They're pretty cool. The first ones, the Corwin ones. There's actually with that novel series sort of intersects to me. There's a little Venn diagram action happening between fantasy and superhero with that, because while
I can see
on the
it.
one hand it's swords and castles and stuff, on the other hand it's ray guns and it's sort of superhuman powers and things like that. It kind of has a similar, and it kind of has a Venn diagram thing going on a little bit. A little bit.
Yeah, because their ability to travel through the different worlds and stuff. Yeah.
The shadow walking.
Yeah, yeah, that's what they called it. Shadow walking. I thought it was. Yeah.
Shadow Walker would be a good superhero name.
It would be.
Shadow Walker. That would kind of trend toward the anti-hero, though, wouldn't it? Sounds like. Was there ever an actual comic book line of Cloak and Dagger?
Yes, there was.
Yes.
Okay, because I saw them show up in another, probably Daredevil. I don't know what comic book it was, and it seemed like it would be tough to make a whole story out of.
They went on for quite a while. They had a couple of years run. Yeah, I think it really revolved more about finding out the origin of their powers, and they were being hunted after by a nefarious group, and basically staying.
I think it was
Roxxon, yeah. So never read much about them
as well.
Yes, there was a short TV series about them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Interesting dichotomy of powers. One light based, one shadow based, and
yeah.
But
visually, it was quite stunning. I mean, the cloak was going all over the place, right? And she kind of steps out of it. Thing,
It almost makes you think of early Spawn. It was everywhere.
Yes.
And to your point earlier, we've never had a Shadow Walker, but we've had a Shadow Boxer.
Shadow Boxer and a Shadow Dragon.
Yeah. And a Shadow Dragon.
Yeah. Although I think Shadow
is an interesting case study, because we basically at one point I attempted by giving him an evil sword, and he was supposed to turn it down. No, he accepted it and cherished it and used to do all kinds of nasty stuff with it. And still thought of himself as a hero.
Not anymore. No.
Yeah, GMs never underestimate the murder hobo tendency of your players.
Yeah, that comes up. Yeah.
That was early in my GMing career, so I've learned my lesson there.
Yeah, don't count on. There's very few people you can usually count on to do to stick to genre 100%, especially when they've been raised on D&D. Yeah,
I've got one player in my. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, B. Mike.
One of the first things he did was steal all the gold out of Fort Knox, which of course destabilized the world economy.
Yeah, that would throw things into chaos, wouldn't it?
Pretty much.
Good heavens. Well, I've got a player in my I've got a player in my friendly local game shop game, which we no longer play at the game shop, but that's a whole other story. He does stick. He cleaves real close to the lawful, right? He doesn't. He's playing a cleric, and if you're out there, hi, Wizard. He's very good at staying in alignment. Being true to the cleric thing. He doesn't go for the murder hobo, but he will. Like if it's something that's clearly evil, he'll go at it hammer and tongs. But and he's always, whenever they get any amount of treasure, he's always making donations to the local church.
So he's playing the character as designed. Yeah. I mean, yeah. But that's an interesting thing. There's two instances. I mean, everyone always assumes paladins or lawful good clerics in D&D tend to be forgive my language, but lawful asshole. is the actual alignment. But I found that there's two games that superhero games generally you're trying to remain lawful. So in a sense, you're all playing paladins to a degree. And the other one is Legend of the Five Rings, where you're all playing samurai. And there's a very strong code of honor amongst samurai. So you've got that guiding principle also. So they tend to be very moral within their framework. Yes.
Right. It's the within their framework. Theirs hangs a tail.
Yeah, there hangs the tail. True. But, it's, honor, telling the truth, saving face, all those things. It's a challenging game to play. So, that's one I don't think, one that I think is very hard to play properly. Because, like I said, for a lot of people whose first exposure to role playing is D&D and the wide gamut of alignments, it's hard for them to hold themselves in on a narrowly defined path. I find that it's not impossible, but it's difficult.
Right. Well, I suppose in a superhero game, you kind of have to play lawful, otherwise there goes the planet. I mean, depending on how powerful your superhero is.
Yeah.
If you're playing a Superman, that's it, right?
Yeah, well, exactly. But also, if you stray too far outside the bounds of lawful and moral conduct, there will be repercussions. The police will hunt you, other groups will hunt you. You'll become pariah, and that will have. Well, that's interesting role playing opportunities right there, mind you. But your life's going to get a lot more difficult. It's not the same as when it's just the town guard hunting you. When you've got the police force, the National Armed Forces, and maybe several secret agencies after you, life gets a little difficult.
Yeah. Tough to sleep at night that way.
Yeah, I imagine. It's like all your famous spy movie, like the Bourne movies, where they're all hunting them down. That it ends up being a lot like that with Flash Your Light show, and flying. But you face the same kind of odds.
I just recently saw one of the newer, not the newest, but the newer, motorcycle off a cliff, Mission Impossible movies.
Yes.
And that was the one I saw.
Jumping on a couch too, yeah.
Yeah, jumping. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to go on national television and not look like an idiot. Should you fail, Oprah will disavow all knowledge of your mission. Anyway, and that same sense of kind of constantly being hunted, is in that movie.
Yes, exactly.
Very strongly.
Well, a lot of movies have that aspect to them. And it's an aspect you can easily bring into games, It does make for interesting, interesting tension and a drive for your mission.
Indeed. Ratchets up the tension.
Yeah. Yeah. My introduction to D&D had 3 alignments: lawful, neutral, and chaotic. Yep, that's old Beckme. Yep.
Yeah,
or basic.
That's my jam. Mm-hmm. But you play it with lawful, neutral, and chaotic, but that there are differences in shape. Yeah, that although hobgoblins are lawful, they're certainly not good. They're definitely not good characters.
Yeah. Howdy, Shadow and Sun.
Shadows at midnight. How are you doing? I was a little confused when I first saw this notice of this live stream because it was midnight, live streaming at 9:30. Surely it should be at midnight.
Would have been too on brand, don't you think?
Yeah, you know, you could make that your shtick, or she'd have to sleep in the next day.
Unfortunately, I have to get up at 7:30 every morning. So, I get
Yeah.
up for 7:30. Yeah. So,
I get up then too, and then I use the washroom and go back to bed. That's what.
yeah, you were telling me that last time. Yeah.
That's sort of my. Well, how many people have I told about my urinary issues? I haven't.
I don't know.
Just put it on the internet for everyone to talk about.
Oh, what are you painting, Father?
A couple of little hobgoblin archers.
You're still finishing up the
I
hobgoblins.
think they may have come from Shadow, actually. Shadow, we just played a game involving, well, I won't spill too much, but involving one of the minis that you sent up. So, actually, did this come from Shadow? This may have come from...
No, he says, "Yep, I love hobgoblins, lawful evil humanoids that are intellectually impaired, that aren't intellectually impaired." Yep,
Yeah.
fun stuff.
They are. I think, though, that these actually came from Dirty Basement Terrain. I think he's the one who sent these, but I did do something with something that I know came from you. We just played a game. I don't want to spill because I don't want to spoil the episode, but it's I recorded it. We played it 2 days ago, and I recorded it last night. So I'm working on the editing on that.
You record? Don't you normally record at the church? In the church, your church office?
I do, and so
And you were still there last night. Okay.
No, I wasn't still there. I'm still on vacation. I went there at midnight. There's a family. We've kind of given refuge to a family who was homeless, and they stay in the upper part of the house. And I wanted to record, and I thought, well, you know what? I talked to them ahead of time. I didn't just go in, but they live upstairs, so the basement's open, and I just told them, look, if you hear anyone come in late at night, don't worry, it's just me. So I was down there from midnight till about 1 a.m. recording.
So midnight? Oh, only an hour. You're pretty good. Usually it takes me about an hour, 2 hours. Sometimes depends on how many times I have to restart.
This is where cutting is your friend.
Yes.
When I first was going, I would start and I'd get 3/4 of the way through the recap, and I'd mess something up. I'd go back to the beginning.
Oh, that must have been painful.
Why was I doing it?
Yeah, I've learned to try and deliver in chunks and then stitch the chunks together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hence my having to come up with the new midnight bat swirl.
I like that. It's on brand for you, right? Though, I mean, it's like, it fits. Nice bookshelves, midnight. Yes, got a good collection behind you.
Yeah, thanks.
I can't read
the first time I saw the
subscribing. Thank you.
Midnight Spin. First time I saw it, I said yes. Yeah, I said yes. Basically, perfect.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys like it because it was a challenge to put together, but I pulled it off.
It looks like you took my comment seriously. That you moved them away from the comedy section.
You yelled at me because they weren't next to the Cylon head.
Well, yeah, I was like, okay, we have the box set of Battlestar Galactica on that shelf. And yet the Cylon Raider and the Colonial Viper were next to the sitcoms. Like, what?
They were spreading out. They were on patrol. Got to make sure Jerry Seinfeld stays on that side of the
shelf. Yeah. So I've had a couple different sets. Yeah. I've had a couple different sets over the episodes I've done. And it seems to be that this one is the most preferred one. Am I correct in that, or do you like the wing chair better, or do you like the desk with the posters in the back? Yeah,
depends on the topic. If it's a relaxed topic, I could see it being something in the chair. If it's something a little bit more technical, I think this is a good set.
Yeah, there's
It
only one
definitely gives us a
drawback with
peek
this
into
one.
the mind of what's that?
Air conditioning vent right up there. I'm freezing.
Oh, temperature. I thought you meant noise.
No, not the noise. The temperature. I'm wearing a Columbia sweater just to stay warm down here.
My thing's always the noise. The where I record is in the basement of the church office, and the furnace is like on the other side of a partition wall from where, so I have to turn the furnace off. And then if I forget to turn it back on, the house gets either really cold or really hot, depending on what season we're in, because it's also linked to the air conditioner. Got to remember that.
I like Shadow's comment. Are those newer Galactica models? No, those are about as old as you can get.
Yeah, well, I've had
classics.
them. Yeah, I've had them for years. So they're not new in the sense that you can't find them right now, I don't think. I bought these about 20 years ago. Yeah.
Now,
You
those
can
aren't
still
the
find them,
the
but
old,
you gotta hunt for them.
those aren't like the old toys from the 70s, though.
No. That actually, I had one of those when I was a kid, and
So
it
did I.
was at least it was at least 2-3 inches longer.
I didn't know if it was bigger or I was smaller. It's
Yeah.
been a while. I had the Cylon one. I don't think I ever had the good guy ship. I had the Cylon ship,
Yeah.
and it shot the missiles too.
Yes.
It caused Puma's trouble.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
The Viper had the Viper had a one thing projectile on the front. They'd push a button, it would launch. Yeah, and that's the one that got all the choking hazard warnings put out. Hey, Lightman, thanks for dropping by. Really appreciate it.
See you, buddy.
Forrester, oh yes, I remember Father raving about your novels. Yes,
And they're pretty accessible. My eldest, he's a
I-
reading monster, but he tore through them. Absolutely tore through them. And Touchberry read them too.
Well, thank you for dropping by, Lightman. Appreciate it.
Say, Shadow, is it my schedule? Is it that my schedule is different, or that you're not streaming as often? I haven't seen you in a while. If you're still out there, hope you are. Just cleaned up and organized your garage.
Yeah. Yeah, he thought, no, they're not the original toys. No, I wish.
Yeah.
They're probably hard to find, the original toys at this point, at least in good condition.
If I had a time machine, I wouldn't go back, and kill the Austrian painter. I wouldn't, I would go back and I'd visit myself and I'd say, look, kid, give me those toys.
You're going to appreciate them later. I'm going to save them for you. Yeah.
I'm going to put them in a box. Oh, well, I hope everything's okay there, Shadow. I hope everything's okay.
Yeah, I hope so.
Surgery went well.
I hope so. Shadow and Son, Mikey is also a V&V fan. He put out some very praiseworthy videos a while back on his love of V&V. Now, for him, I believe he said was the best role-playing game ever made because it was so flexible.
High praise coming from Shadow. High praise.
Magic
the Gathering booster boxes.
Yeah, but would they still be worth anything because half of them are banned anyway. But yeah, well, it's like I managed to when I was a kid. You saw them in the opening of the last episode. I had the old Mego superhero action figures.
Cool.
And they started making them again, so I started buying them again. Yeah, V&V's is Desert Island game, 47 pages of perfection.
The manufacturers know what they're doing, don't they?
Oh yeah,
they know that we're old enough now and have money.
We're old enough now, have money, and nostalgia is a powerful force.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, go back and buy a crap ton of Magic cards. Well, hello, NT. How are you doing this evening?
Hello, NT. So, P. Mikey, what is your favorite game? Is it V&V?
Well, Eric's not going to like me for saying this, but no, my favorite so far has been Mutants and Masterminds.
Mutants and Masterminds?
The second edition specifically, because they lost me with the third edition. I was very disappointed with what happened in the third edition. I do like Mutants and Masterminds because they came out with an entire book just on how to create powers. So if you don't find the power you're looking for, make it.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. And they give you all the rules and mechanics to make a power that's balanced. So the points spent on this power will be equitable to the points spent on another power that's already been made.
Yeah, which is a great system. But as I said in the last episode, I'm mathematically challenged. And even simple math can really throw my head for a loop sometimes. So,
yeah, I made the mistake of creating a character for Midnight that basically I figured he'd have fun with it because it was a shapeshifter. So he could do anything and be as silly as he wanted to with it. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, because the shapeshifter, he always had to balance the numbers and, okay, it's putting so many points in this to do this, so many points in this to do this. And I forgot who I was dealing with.
Yeah, I love the character. I just can't handle playing him mathematically.
Sorry, I was told there would be no math involved.
I know. I was always told that, when you grow up, you don't really need math. Unless you're a gamer, then you have to fudge your way through.
Now you know it's not true.
I was told we wouldn't always have a calculator in our pockets, and ha.
Yeah. Yeah, my uncle told me that when he bought his first TI-35 with the LED screen, the red LED screen. Ooh. He says, "Yeah, well, learn to do math first because you got to know your math because you can't rely on a calculator because you won't always have one."
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I've pretty much had one since I first got one.
Well, that's it. Even before the advent of the cell phone, I mean, now you don't carry your calculator with you everywhere you go until it's part of your cell phone. But
well, not everyone does, but I did. I still to this day, when I travel with a backpack.
Yeah,
and it's got a calculator in it. It's got my pencil case. Yes, I still carry a pencil case.
Wow.
It's got dice in it. It's got a book. It's got gaming material. It's my anti-boredom kit.
Fair enough.
It goes everywhere I go. Yeah, I don't think Mikey's ever seen me show up at his place without my backpack or a messenger bag or something. I've always got it with me. Yeah. Yeah, we're getting together this weekend. Do you know what we're playing this weekend? We're playing board games this weekend.
I think we're playing like 4 smaller games instead of big games.
Okay.
Do you want to know exactly what they are? I can find out.
Sure. Board gaming is part of the gaming lifestyle, so
it is indeed. I was we went camping recently and getting the equipment done. I went up into the attic and I saw up there my Axis and Allies box, and I thought, should I get that down for the boys? Not yet.
Shadow still has his old calculator watch.
Ooh, you were super cool in high school.
Yeah. Well, my son is perhaps a little bit mathematically better than me, Shadow, but he's I never got them. They're role playing interested, but not to the point where they've actually ever played. They know all about it. They're familiar with the concepts. They understand the allure of it, but I've never actually gotten around to having them. They both played briefly in a friend's campaign, playing the Fantasy Trip. Oh, yes. God, I love those action figures. Tarzan was my favorite as a kid. I just picked up Aquaman for $7 brand new at Walmart. Nice. Aquaman, I must have had like 8 Aquaman. He's one of my favorite characters. Everyone else laughs at him, but I love him. He was my second favorite Mego figure I ever had, with the Batman with the removable cowl. Yeah.
I always liked Aquaman because he was blonde. I was blonde when I was a kid.
So to answer your question, Eric, from before, the games we're playing this Saturday are Clover, Poetry for Neanderthals, Codenames.
That sounds interesting.
And The Crew name. Mission Deep Sea.
No, NT, I never actually wore a pocket protector.
I got to know what Poetry for Neanderthals is as a game, because that's hilarious.
I wonder if it's like the role playing game. Was it Caveman? We played where you had what was it called?
Yeah, I don't. It's a one word game. It's a one word name. Og or Ugg or something like that.
Oh, Og. It's Og. Yes, Og. It's a short, and you've got these. It's a fun game. You go on an adventure, but you there's a page you have to cut out or photocopy and cut out in the back, and it's got a limited selection of words like fire, kill, food, and you put those all in a bowl, and everyone picks out like 3 words they know, and they only know those 3 words. But one of the words is verisimilitude.
Verisimilitude. Oh, good heavens.
Verisimilitude. So it's fire, verisimilitude, and food. Figure out how to talk to people with those 3 words. We have to stop the saber-toothed tiger from eating the children. You have 3 words, and miming. It actually is a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, miming and grunting are a key part of that game.
Yes, you have to mime, grunt, and throw the occasional word in there, and hopefully, people understand the context you're trying to use it in.
That's funny because you can understand other people's words, but you can only speak 3 of them. And presumably, if you can say those 3 words, other people can understand them, but they can't say them.
Exactly. They can't pronounce them for some reason. What game does your son still play, Shadow? Yeah, Aquaman and the Aquaman Mego toy. I must have ruined 5 or 6 of them by taking them in the bathtub. Yep. They eventually rust out and the elastics get all scrubby. Oh, 5e. Okay. So your son you're lucky you got your son into it. And Father Aaron's doing well getting his 3 in. So.
Oh, I can't get him out of it. They Fleetwood runs Call of Cthulhu. He's actually doing it for Clericon. And Bob Johnny's running what he calls the Mega Dungeon game, which is it's a Mega Dungeon, D&D. And Touchberry tends to make up his own role-playing games.
That shows the real creativity he's got. Excellent.
He really is. He really is quite creative. Yeah.
And I wouldn't let him near any matches.
Funny thing is, of the 3, he's probably the most soft-spoken, gentle.
So it was your son's idea to get your channel up and running. Yeah, nice. I'm glad you listened to him.
Yeah. I'm going to turn my camera down on the painting.
Okay.
Because I need more light.
Oh,
and if I turn the light any brighter, I wash out. I become a ghost. Plus, this way I could feed my face with chocolate without everyone watching me.
Yeah.
Chocolate.
It was so warm out today that I bought 2 caramels at 4 o'clock. I just drove home, and by the time I got home, they were both melted.
Dear.
And they were in the cup holder next to a cold soda. And they still melted.
It was toasty. We
Yeah.
just had a big storm roll through a little while ago. It might be headed for you.
It's coming through here
Probably.
now. It's here
Yeah.
now.
Is it?
I can hear the
Is it?
thunder.
Oh.
Yeah.
So either thunder or somebody setting off dynamite nearby.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was huge. I mean, big old crashes pretty close by.
It seems to have taken the lower side of the island because we didn't get any big thunder boomers here. Yeah. If you know the geography of Montreal, you've got the St. Lawrence River, and then it splits 3 ways. It goes north of the city I live in, Laval, which is a separate island. It cuts between the 2 islands of Laval and Montreal and goes below. So it's sort of like forms sort of a, I guess, a peach shape. I don't know.
Peach shape, huh?
And I live on the upper island, and Mikey lives on the south shore, what we call the South Shore. So the storm came through and must have followed the lower branch of the river.
Mainland.
Yeah, on the mainland. Yeah, essentially, yeah.
It happens that way. Basically, the rivers seem to be a natural split for weather patterns.
Yeah.
Well, the island is sitting at the edge of a valley because we've got the mountains up north. So the weather sort of bounces off the mountains and then either takes one of the rivers out, or it'll wander down into the plains, the farming plains on the south. Yeah.
We have a similar thing with the 401, the freeway. And for some reason, it just seems to, the weather goes, it goes down to the 401 and then stops.
Just hits the 401 and dies out. It doesn't like the traffic either, or what?
Yeah, it gets caught in traffic. I mean, I think they probably built the 401, where
break.
yeah. Well, they just built it where the weather kind of naturally, just to avoid the freeway getting too snowed under, although it does still happen. But
this is the Toronto, the Torontonian telling us about snow.
Hey, I'm not in Toronto. Don't you go tarring me with that brush.
Well, you're not far.
Far enough. Far enough. And trust me, nobody in Canada hates Toronto more than the people who live close to Toronto. I mean, you don't get any more animosity than living down the street. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we have a certain amount of animosity over here in Montreal too.
Really? I wouldn't have guessed.
I think it goes back to the old hockey rivalries.
Yeah, it goes back to the Plains of Abraham.
That too, yeah. That too. I always thought that was, when I found this out in history, was hilarious. It was a battle fought between the French and the British on the Plains of Abraham, and both commanders were killed, and the peace treaty was negotiated by 2 Scotsmen.
Yeah. It's kind of who you want negotiating your peace treaties, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey, look, let's fuck them both over. Forgive my language.
Well, they wanted to settle it quickly so they could have a drink.
Probably. Let's finish this off so we can get to the scotch. Yeah, to the whiskey. Yeah. Oh man. Well, far enough. Far enough from what? Where are you from? Well, I'm from Montreal. Oh, Father Aaron lives in. Let me remember. God, I used to have it in my head.
So tiny that even the people who live around here don't know it.
Yeah.
Glen Williams, Ontario.
Glen Williams, Ontario. Yes, that's it. Glen Williams. Yeah, my wife was she was just talking to me earlier. She says, you really ought to find a way to go down to Claricon. And I said, well, you help me figure it out and I'll go.
Here we go. Train to Toronto.
That's what she was saying. Take the train to Toronto and then take the GO train, the GO Transit to Glen Williams.
Goes right out to Georgetown, and it stops just up the hill. I'd pick you up.
Oh, wow. Okay. Now the question is, where do I stay and what do I eat?
Well, the staying is a little harder.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, the
I don't think there must be much in the way of accommodation nearby. It is a small place.
well, there's a hotel in Georgetown. There's a
Okay.
Best Western, I think. Yeah, it's Best Western in Georgetown. Um, and then there's Airbnbs and that kind of stuff around as well. Actually, a number of the folks were going to go in on an Airbnb. And actually, the guys who run BS Games, one of the owners of BS Games, they're going to be there for the con, and he has said that people can get a room at his place, and he'd even drive them in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's an
Father
option.
Aaron, Mike, runs I don't know if you're aware, runs a small convention. He started, what, 2 years ago now? This is like the third one.
I think he talked
Yeah.
about it on his live podcast. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
where I heard
Yeah.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
It's
is
running
the
out of his
third.
church basement. Yep. Are you still going to be in the church basement this year?
Well, it's actually not a basement. It's a hall behind the church, and
Oh, it's a
we're
hall
there.
behind.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're there. And then on Saturday, I've also rented the Glenn Williams Town Hall, which isn't a municipal building at all. It's just formerly it was the town hall for the hamlet before it was incorporated into everything else, because
Okay.
we've grown and we need extra space. So for
It's a
the
good
Saturday, we
problem
have
to
more
have.
tables. It is.
Yeah.
I'll take that problem.
Yeah. It is super hot here in Quebec. Well, I guess everywhere in Eastern Canada right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, of course, hot and California are two things that you probably don't tell the Californians much about being hot.
No. We have a friend who used to I used to run a bulletin board service by the same name as the podcast, and we had a friend we met on the lair then, who was living in originally was living in Illinois. Yeah, in Chicago, no, just outside Chicago, I think.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, just outside Chicago, and then he moved to San Diego. And for the longest time, he kept teasing us about how wonderful the weather in San Diego was. Yeah, Doc. Yeah.
Have you heard from him at all lately?
No, he kind of dropped off the map. I don't know. He was on. He had a podcast himself for a while, and then he disappeared off the fact. He's not on Facebook, as far as I know. He's just disappeared. Is the train at your place, Mike, or is that?
It's here.
Oh,
We're a block away from the tracks.
Because I know you're not terribly far either, Mike, are you?
No, but they never blow their horns.
Well,
Plus, I have all the windows closed.
I'm pretty sure I have the windows closed too, but again, it's like across the street and behind that next row of houses, and I'm pretty sure that the train engineer's ex-wife lives in town.
Oh, so he just pulls the horn just to annoy her.
All the way through town. All the way through town.
Revenge is the best a dish best served loud.
Yeah, and late at night.
I'm far enough away. I don't hear the train unless my window's open.
Well, you're old. Well, when you were living on Joao, that was a bit closer.
Yes, it was. It would rattle the glasses in the kitchen when it went by.
Yeah.
So I had to space them all out. You laugh, but I had to. I had to make sure that the glasses weren't touching because when the train went through, it would rattle.
I know what you mean.
Yep.
It's so ridiculous. It's like, a half a millimeter will do it, but without that half a millimeter, it's the most annoying thing in the world.
Yep.
So, of the episodes I've put out so far, which guys I'm just looking for some feedback here. Which would you guys in the audience and you guys here with me now, what would you say, in your opinion, is the one that's been the most successful?
I'm trying to think of what the main topic was. It was the one. Trying to remember what the main topic of it was, but you were talking about building the city. And,
Oh,
That
yes.
was the world building one.
Yeah.
the world building one. That I thought was very good.
Yeah.
I thought that was 100% perfect. Couldn't be better.
Thank you. And
But
you,
the
Father,
recent, I was going to say the world building is one as well, but the recent one about unsticking yourself when you get stuck, well, creativity blocks, it was a good one too. Of course, the image of you playing with the toys was up there.
well, you can blame the guy to my side here because he's the one that encourages me to keep going with those.
It was funny. It was very funny.
I pulled off the first one because I didn't know what to do as an intro, so I came up with this crazy idea of putting on my luchador mask and an old Halloween cape, and apparently Mikey just loved that one, and
I did it.
and so I said, well, I got to keep doing them now.
Opens, well, the cold opens are an entertaining way to break into the topic without just basically, hi, I'm here today to talk about X, Y. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and so I wasn't sure what I was going to do for the last one, but then I went, well, it's about being stuck and not, working on stuff. So why don't I just show what ends up happening when I'm stuck, and then have, the luchador comment on how stupid I'm being by not working on it. So
see,
I
for
figured
me, it would have
be
been exact same. It would have been exact same. It would be watching TV, doing this, doing that, but instead of playing with the action figures, be playing City of Heroes.
True. Yeah.
I've lost so many hours when I should be productively working on something else. Oh, just 5 minutes, just one mission, and then 4 hours later you realize
you can't just play 5 minutes of City of Heroes. Even
I
can't do it. That's off.
I don't know that game. Is it
it's a
like
multi-massive. It's like World of Warcraft, but it's superheroes, and
cool.
It's free.
Nice.
It's a little bit of an older game, but it's available for free. It's not taxing on most computers these days, and it runs beautifully. And it's a lot of fun.
It's actually about 20 years old now?
Yeah, about
the 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
Well, we just had the 20th anniversary last month. So basically, it came out. It was the very first game where your characters were fully customizable. So you could have them. You didn't have to see the name of somebody when you're looking at characters go by you. You could recognize them on sight. Hey, there's that guy.
There's that guy because that's his costume.
It was. Yeah, it's basically people. You first time you go on, you spend 3 hours just coming up with your costume.
Yep.
Because you can tweak it so many ways, and so anyway, it was around for about I think 8 years or so, and then NCSoft decided it didn't fit their corporate culture.
Oh,
which
nice!
Was small eyes, big mouth, and girls in skimpy costumes. So they scrapped
small eyes, big mouth,
but not.
I think you got that backwards, but that's okay.
Whichever, big eye, small mouth, yeah. The
big eye, small mouth, okay.
But the anime style games and fantasy and so they didn't fit their genre, so they scrapped it. But before they left, some of the developers copied the code, and the code got out there, and for like I guess about 8 years, the code was out there, and you had to be in the know to know these private servers were out there. And then it became common knowledge that they were out there. And then there was a bunch of different server groups. And then one group, they actually approached NCSoft saying, hey, we're going to do this anyway, so how would you like to make some money off it and make us a licensed server? So they actually are now licensed servers, and basically
That's
the
a
only thing
better
is
way
that
to
they cannot make any money off it. So every month, first Sunday of the month, they open up donations, and they can only go to, I think it's like $5,000, and after they cover their costs, they stop. And just this past month, I happened to be online when the notice went up. Oh, donations are open, and in the time it took me to look, they were already 25% full on their donations. By the time my donation went through, they were at 50%, and within an hour they were full up. So people are willing to pay for this.
Clearly.
Yeah, NT, he's painting a little miniature for used in D&D.
Hobgoblin.
And yeah. Yeah, Bobsky. It's like I said, it's not hard to find. It's called Home. If you look for Homecoming online, I think City of Heroes Homecoming, I believe.
Hey, grumpy old slam. We got a lot of Quebecers here.
City of Heroes Homecoming. You'll find their web page, and the first thing you'll see is how to download the software.
Slan's coming
to register. Yep. You have to register on their website, because that sets up your password. So when you register on their website, that's the username and password that'll log you into the game.
Oh, grumpy Shadow may not have big eye, but I have big ears, small mouse. I have a lot of the older big eye, small mouth stuff, and big ears, small mouse is an expansion for a variant on it. Oh, hey, Rob. Okay.
Eric, didn't Lucien used to work on Big Eye Small Mouth?
Yeah, he did. He worked for Guardians of Order. He actually was the line developer for Silver Age Sentinels originally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I know, but he was also involved in the Big Eye Small Mouth, right?
I believe so. Yes, to an extent. Yeah. I don't know how deeply he was, but yeah.
So I'm getting the impression that Big Eye Small Mouth isn't just a joking description of anime, but it's actually a thing, a property.
It was
an RPG. Yes.
It's an anime RPG. It's
but it's also about anime.
Yeah, exactly, which is also about anime. It started off with originally Guardians of Order produced it. They're out of Guelph, actually, Guelph, Ontario, and
down the road.
Yeah, and they produced the Sailor Moon RPG originally. I don't know if the Sailor Moon was first or Big Eye Small Mouth was, but they sort of happened simultaneously, kind of. And then they branched off. They produced a superhero game called Silver Age Sentinels, and there was financial problems. They went out of business. Now they're back under a different banner. They're called Discami now, and they've re-released Silver Age Sentinels and Big Eye Small Mouth. So they're both still back out there. Yeah. It's very popular for people who like Japanese animation and role-playing games. It's very popular.
I would imagine. Yeah, be sort of the junction point between the two.
Pretty much, and it's what they call use of the tri-stat system. There's only 3 stats: body, mind, soul, and then the rest is all skills and powers.
Cool. So yeah.
Yeah. Shadow apparently is going to do a review of Big Eye Small Mouth, so at some point.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, as I was saying earlier, there's a whole lot of Quebecers here. We got Grumpy. We got both of you. We got NT.
Mm-hmm.
We got Quebec. We got California. We got Arizona. Yeah. And Ontario.
Who's in Arizona? Who's going to fess up to being in Arizona?
So someone was in Tucson.
Huh?
I didn't see who it was, but someone was in Tucson. Isn't it? Rob.
He used to live there.
Used to live in Tucson.
Used to live in Tucson. Okay, Rob.
I always get
Shadow.
confused about where Rob lives. I don't know why.
Yeah. I should take some pictures of my my bookcases up in my office. There's 2 full bookcases like this, full of superhero games.
Yep.
And that's only the primary copies. My overflows in Rubbermaid boxes out in the garage. Yeah, Percy knows I have this. I don't know. I think it comes from when I was a kid and we had a fire at my house and I lost all my role-playing game stuff. Now I buy multiple copies of everything. I buy what I call
down. You're going to lose them both anyway.
Yeah, well, no, I'm actually moving some to my mother-in-law's house so that they're safe.
Oh, okay.
I have my table copy, which everyone can use at the table. I have my archive copy, and then I have my copy.
Which no one touches.
So there's always
Rob,
one on the table. Yeah.
I think, Rob, I get confused because I really want to live in Arizona. And so I want to know someone who lives there so that if I ever go, I can stay at their house. So I keep putting you in Arizona because I want you to be in Arizona.
Yeah. Shadow, yeah. I have a particular weakness for superhero games, as you know, you may have guessed with the channel. If you haven't watched much,
well, you know Bear, right?
Yeah, I know Bear.
Yeah, because Bear
Heroic,
did Heroic, and he's doing Valorous, which I gather is either a new slant on that or a new system. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I think it's a new system. It's taking the best parts. It's sort of a fusion of things he likes from various different game systems to produce his own, and he's releasing that shortly too. Also,
yeah, he's running at the con, so I'm typing up. I'm expecting him to submit Heroic again, but no, it's got Valorous.
Mm-hmm. Well, Shadow, first let me actually fulfill my my obligations to the people that I will play live with. But once I get that up and running, yeah, I'd consider running something online. But first, I think the gentleman in the black shirt, not Father Aaron, but P. Mikey is waiting for me to run one for him first.
Rather impatient.
But after that, yes, I'm sure. Well, I just saw that our friend Chance finally sent me something. You know, I just saw that in my email. I'd given up looking for a while. Then I popped into my email today. I'm like, yeah,
that was I don't check. He sent it to you.
Yeah, I know it. I don't check my email that often. Let me know when you send me an email. He has text.
Yeah, but you don't check your messages either.
Yes, I do. He texts me directly. I do.
Like an old married couple here.
Yeah, well, we've known each other, going on 40 years? Jesus, feels like it.
Oh.
No, more than 35.
44.
44?
We met when we were teenagers, and I'm 59 now. So it's 40 something.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I was 13 or 14 when I met you.
Well, yeah. I've known you since I was 13, 14. So I was probably 15. So that makes 59 minus 15 is 44.
Wow.
I don't know anybody that I knew when I was that young.
Yeah, we met in high school.
Dude. Well, when I describe Erik as my oldest friend, I'm not kidding. He's the friend I've had the longest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
so somebody asked me a
good night,
question
NT.
about Night Jam.
Have a good one, NT.
So Shadow, you're asking me about my jam. It's pretty much the same as Erik's. It's superhero role-playing games. We both started playing with V&V, so we both have a fondness in our heart for it. I ran a V&V campaign for over 20 years. And then we got into Mutants and Masterminds. And now I'm kind of on again, off again with Mighty Protectors, which is V&V version 3.
Yeah.
See, Eric doesn't like it because it's a balanced game. I like it because it's still V&V, but it's balanced. The only thing I don't like about it
it's not the balance that bugs me. It's the math.
Yes. But the one complaint I do have about Mighty Protectors is since it's so point driven and so balanced, basically unless you're starting off with a huge whack of points, your characters all are pretty much lower level heroes, which is good because that means they're more challenged by things. Because the problem with superheroes that are too powerful is like, well, what do you challenge them with?
Yeah.
Like my ideal setting, I think, would be a superhero genre, but set in kind of like the Mystery Men era, where basically everyone is glorified men in trench coats. That to me would be my sweet spot. I'd like to run a campaign of just that.
Red Panda, essentially.
Yeah, Red Panda.
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear about your friend, Shadow. Shadow apparently had his older son just pass away last month, and
that's a rough thing.
Yeah,
remember that.
Red Panda. I don't know if anyone knows about this, but it's again pointing back at Toronto. Red Panda is it. Red Panda is a super. It's a 1930s, 40s superhero serial radio show that was produced by a group of people out of Toronto. It's amazing.
Huh?
It's you can download it. You can find it on any. I think you can even find them on YouTube now. The Red Panda Adventures. They're amazingly fun. He fights crime in
fabulous.
Yeah. He fights crime out of Toronto.
Well, he should get at it. He should really start getting back to work then.
I think he's been overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Well, he's retired now because he did it back in the 30s.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's probably a lot.
It was that era of heroing, which is why it's so enjoyable. But I actually ran a Red Panda adventure at the local game convention here one year. I contacted him first, say, hey, do you mind if I do this? He said, sure, go right ahead.
Yeah, I remember that. That was
I thought it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I remember listening. I wasn't playing in it, but I remember listening to the table, and they were having a blast. Yeah. It's funny. I remember
he's the one.
Wasn't it Mutants and Masterminds you played? No, it was Spirit of the Century. Spirit of the Century.
Spirit of the Century. That's it. Spirit of the Century. Because it was that type of genre. It was like basically Yeah. And it fit very well.
Yeah, and his sidekick, the lovely and wonderful Flying Squirrel.
Flying Squirrel, yeah.
Rocky?
Well, she's pugnacious, but I don't know if you'd call her Rocky.
And now here's something we hope you'll really like.
You'll really like. Does up my sleeve. Presto!
Oh, not again.
But the thing I enjoyed most about doing that scenario was being able to do my imitation of the Mad Monkey.
Oh, yes.
That's just fun to do.
Yeah, no, there's a cast of characters. The villains are memorable. They're very much early superheroic, overblown villains. The Mad Monkey is a great example. You'll never stop me, It's hilarious. Yeah. And there's Professor Zombie or Dr. Zombie. I can't remember.
No, it's Professor Zombie.
Professor Zombie, yeah.
I didn't spend 6 years in zombie medical school to be called Mr.
Mr. Yeah. Oh
He's
well,
getting there.
yeah. Mr. Canoe Head is, yeah.
Mr. Canoe Head?
Yeah. There was a Mr. Canoe Head. It wasn't really a superhero. It was just weirdness in a comic book. It was literally a guy who had an aluminum canoe welded to his head in a freak accident.
Why not?
Yeah.
Shadow, it was a blast. Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yeah.
Hey, Rock, watch me put a rabbit out of its misery. Again.
Sounds like Mojo Jojo. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. It was hilarious. Remember when you first created Mega Man for V&V, and then on the Powerpuff Girls, they produced essentially the same character?
I'm watching this. I called you. I said, Eric, turn to the YTV now. Turn now. What do you see? What do you see? And there he was, Mega Man, the equivalent on the Powerpuff Girls.
Same costume and everything.
They ripped
and
me
you'd
off,
already been
those bastards.
And you'd already been playing him for 2 years. Yeah.
Well, obviously somebody saw it online. And
must have.
They liked the idea of the concept.
Yeah, it must have been. Hang on, let me see if I can.
But I was just I'm flipping through the channels. And basically, wait a minute, that's my character. So I literally called Eric at home and said, Eric, turn to YTV now, turn on now. I don't know what channel is on your servers, but it's
images. Oh no, I can't find it. But yeah, it was hilarious. Oh, there it is. Okay, character, individual characters. Where is Mega Man? Yes, there he is. Okay.
My favorite part about playing Mega Man, though, was the fact that his main power was telekinesis, but he used it to simulate Superman's powers. So I would do shit, and there's one other power. He's freaking out, like, how can you do that? How can you do that? And Eric is the GM, just saying, he can do that. He can do that.
He can.
I'm going to use my super breath to blow the box off the truck. Well, if I'm blowing towards the truck, it should go further on the truck. But no, I'm able to blow it off the truck.
Off the truck, yes. Villains vigilant.
See you, Grumpy. You're probably going by now, but see you.
Yeah. Well, thanks everyone for showing up that did. I really appreciate it. And
over there.
Well, all I can say is I appreciate everyone who's been watching the show, and having you guys show up here and encourage me, both you in the chat and you guys here. I've got another episode probably coming out early next week, so cool. See you in the funny papers then, yeah. But thanks for showing up.
Thank you for your channel, for what you're contributing to the hobby and to the space. And
I figured I was much like you, I guess. When you started playing, I figured, you know what better? Well, it's kind of reverse. You started playing, then made a channel. I started a channel to start playing.
Might as well, if it gets you the motivation, right?
Exactly. I figured and I always sort of was tinkering with the idea of starting a channel. So, yeah. All right.
I'm glad you did.
Well, I appreciate you guys showing up.
Highlight of my week.
Oh, That's so very nice of you, Mike.
For a minute there, I thought you were going to say, "Oh, that's so very sad for you, person."
No.
So you were saying, "Oh, that's so very."
So fair. Well, you,
So
Mike, I think you win YouTube for today for that comment, Mike. I think you win YouTube.
Yeah.
No, it's good stuff, man. It's good stuff.
I appreciate it. And I'll do these every once in a while, and whoever wants to join in is welcome to. Just say, hey, I want an invite, and I'll bring you on.
Beautiful.
So I appreciate it. I know it was kind of informal today, and we didn't really have a topic, but I figured after 6 episodes, people might want to get to know me a little bit better, and chat back and forth. And I hope it accomplished that at least.
Yeah.
It's
all
because I know that through watching your live streams and Bears, I've got to know you two very well, to the point where I consider you a friend, Father Aaron.
As well.
So I figured I would return the favor and maybe introduce myself to other people out there who might be watching. Now I just got to get more people watching.
There you go. Well, it's good to come by your place sometimes,
Yeah, I appreciate that actually. Yeah. And so I guess I'll call it a night because I have to start getting ready for bed. And I'll talk to you guys later.
Have a good one.
Okay.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet
Thanks
you,
again,
Mikey.
Eric.
Okay.
Bye.